Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about the NFL draft. Um, First round, the Packers, everything in between. Night one, round one, I believe went close to 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken, 3 hours or more. Um, Packers picked up a player at that point that I thought, at first, thought it was kind of a reach, a safety instead of getting a cornerback. I guess he could be moved to cornerback. We'll see how that goes. But kind of a head scratcher when it was made after day two and now after day three being over and the whole draft being over. Sit and think about it. I think maybe it wasn't too bad that we or our team, the Green Bay Packers, or my team, the Green Bay Packers, picked picked Randall there in the first round. Um, Other teams I think that hit home runs this year in the 2015 NFL Draft. Um, Minnesota Vikings, actually, the division rival of my team. The Arizona Cardinals, I think, did stellar in their picks. The defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. I think the players that they got, the player that fell to them in the first round, and how they did the rest of the draft, definitely got an A plus grade from me. Personally, again, obviously, it's all opinionated, but in my opinion, those are the teams that did the best. Now, ones that did it okay, okay to good, I think would be the Jacksonville Jaguars, Oakland Raiders, and the St. Louis Rams. And they're obviously their draft board and who they picked speaks for themselves. And then the ones near at the bottom, um, that I don't think did very well at all. Not for the players, but just for how the overall thing went. Probably would be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who else? The New Orleans Saints and even the Tennessee Titans. I mean, besides Marcus Mariota, I think the rest of the draft. I don't know. I think there were some reaches and some rounds, um, and I just don't think overall. I think that's why they got a bad grade from me. Obviously, by the way I do grades, no team gets an F. No one gets an F because all these players, they're just coming to the NFL. So as much as I say this team did great and this team did bad, we won't know until 2, 3 years down the road if those picks at those points in the round in the 2015 NFL draft were correct or if they were wrong. Again, obviously it's opinionated, it's thoughts, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it, and that's understandable. And I respect everybody else's thoughts. If they thought that maybe a team that I thought didn't do well, they thought did great, or a team that I thought did great, they think, oh no, it was bad, and that's okay. That's why everybody has an opinion, and that's the great thing about NFL fans, and that's the great thing about me having my NFL podcast and my Twitter handles and everything, being able to communicate and talk with fellow Packer fans, NFL fans of other teams, um, and whether we share an opinion on something in the NFL or we differ and respectfully disagree with each other on a topic in the NFL or the Packers. Like I said, I do it respectfully, and I know most of them have that I talked to last season when I started my Packers podcast. That was the first season I did, 2014 NFL season. Now I'm going to the second year for the 2015 NFL season. Apologize for moving, but I'm standing instead of sitting. It's a little different. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. The Packers, like I said, I think we did really well. Um, I'll talk more specifically about some of our picks, team picks, in the Packers podcast, talking Packers with Steve on Tuesday morning. Is my next episode, Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Central. If most of you are obviously at work or at school or whatever and unable to listen to that, it will be archived 10 to 15 minutes after the episode's done. Sometimes in the past, it archived right away when it was done. Sometimes it takes time, depending. It's through the website, and that's blogtalkradio.com backslash talking underscore Packers. Again, that is blogtalkradio.com backslash underscore or backslash talking underscore Packers. Also on Twitter at talking underscore Packers. You're welcome to follow. Obviously, that's where I live tweet during NFL games. Obviously, that won't be until September to do that because I won't be doing it I will not be doing that during the preseason. Not saying I can't, but I probably won't. But no, that's where I'll be doing my live tweeting. My personal Twitter handle is where I talk all sports as well. If you actually check my personal Twitter handle right now and you scroll down a little bit, I think it's like 6 to 8 tweets because all those are retweets, and then my tweets um, were all Packer welcoming to them. So if you're a Packer fan or whatever, and you want to find out if these players have their Twitter handles, especially ones in the later round, um, check out my tweets there because I have a welcome tweet for each of them and with their Twitter handle attached to it. Now, there's only one player that we drafted. That was our last and final pick. That doesn't have a Twitter handle, and I still checked this morning. He still doesn't have one, which is fine to each and every person, whether you're an athlete or blue collar or whatever, or celeb or whatever. If you don't want a Twitter handle, you don't have to have a Twitter handle. You're not obligated to do it. Um, Obviously, it would be great for the fans and especially for the Packer organization, if you think about it, for all their players to have a Twitter handle. Or if you're just an athlete, period, especially in football, you want a Twitter handle for your fans and um, I was going to say co-workers, but fellow players, uh, especially if you through high school, through college, and now into the NFL, especially, so they can send their congratulations directly to you and mention you in a tweet. But like I said, there's one player that doesn't have a Twitter handle, and hopefully he does have one soon, because when he does, there's going to be thousands and thousands of Packer fans that will be following him, besides obviously, Packer teammates and Packer organization as well. Like I said, for the first round, I would have went with Mariota over Winston, just because of my personal preference on that. But the Buccaneers think they found their future. I just hope that he does well. Because I would like the Buccaneers to be good. I would like the Jaguars and the Raiders to be good. Heck, I would like all 32 teams to be so good that each and every year there's no team under there's no team under 7-9. That's how I would like. That would be my utopia for the NFL, where all 32 teams are so good, or at least good enough, that no team is under 7-9. So 7-9 being the bare minimum for records of the entire NFL. Now I know 7-9 isn't great. Obviously, it's not even. It's obviously a game below being 500. But still, if that would be my utopia, it would be perfect because each team, obviously, each and every team has their fan base, their diehard fan base, and their casual fan base, obviously, respectfully. And I think each of them deserve success, whether how much or how little it is, as I've had through my entire life as a Green Bay Packer fan and shareholder of my team had. When I was a kid, we went to Super Bowl 31, won it with quarterback Brett Favre. And then as I got older as an adult, we won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. And even through those times, from Brett Favre era to now the Aaron Rodgers era, we've always been close to getting to the Super Bowl. We went to Super Bowl 31, we won. The next year we went, we lost. And then from there, we went to many NFC championships. Brett Favre winning MVP awards, everything. Now with Aaron Rodgers winning MVP awards, going to the NFC championship games, winning divisions. So I would want other teams, and all teams, honestly, to have a fraction of that kind of success that I've had as a fan of the Packers, fan of your team. Hopefully, I'm expressing that the way I want to, but I'm just saying that they deserve it just as much as I've enjoyed it for my team. So, like I said, that'd be my perfect NFL, my utopia of the NFL. If every single team, all 32 teams, were good enough where no one was under 7-9, because then that would be for better television for ESPN, better television for any network, better for all podcast hosts like myself that do NFL podcasts or team specific podcasts because I know there's Team Boy TV does his Carolina Panthers podcast, Black and Blue. I believe he names it. Raiders Nation, I know I haven't spoken to the host there, but I have seen his episodes. Him talking about the Raiders, and I'm sure there's other ones. You got EDP talking about the Eagles as a fan. It's not a podcast, but he's a fan. I'm sure there's, and then there's other Eagle fans, Packer fans, Rams fans, Titans fans, Texan fans. I know there's a Texan fan that does a podcast as well. So all of them. Um, no matter what your team, I would like that, for that to happen. Because, like I said, it's good TV for that, good for all of us podcast hosts, good for fan bases of all 32 teams. I mean, yes, we're still going to have our rivalries, divisional things. We're still going to have respectful banter between each other about each other's teams, especially when we play, like Packers versus Bears or Buccaneers Saints or Browns Jaguars or whatever the rivalry. There's still going to be a rivalry. Now, some were bigger than others, like Browns Steelers, or like I said, Packers Bears, um, and some others that are bigger than other rivalries, but they're still rivalries. You still have conference rivalries, you still have divisional rivalries, um, so that's still there. Then on top of that, when we get near week 16 and week 17, and if we have the NFL like the way I would like it to be, in that kind of way where everybody's good and like that, good enough, like I said, to be 7-9 and above. Then you have that stacked list of teams that are still in playoff hunt, playoff contention. When we get to week 15, 16, and 17, and like I said again, makes for good TV, good for podcasts, good for everything around, good for the NFL, good for all the fans. Your team's still in it. And then you have that fan-to-fan interaction. And then you have, obviously the fan bases all together, within their own team. Meaning, fan-to-fan interaction that are both fans of the same team. Let alone what I was talking about, fan-to-fan interaction of rival teams or other teams. Like, let's say, in a scenario, there's the Jaguars and the Browns are in playoff contention, trying to get along with like 4 to 6 other teams, obviously, in the way I would do it, or in the way I'm talking about here in this situation. Then you have those two fan bases talking, fans, talking to each other from each team, about okay, there's these 3 games left, and that's what I'm trying to get. It'd be more entertaining for the fans, good for the NFL, good for the fan base, good for everybody, good for podcast hosts, yada yada, ESPN and others. But seriously, that's what I'd like. I would like every single team to be that good or good enough to be above 7-9. But I didn't mean to ramble on about that. But it's just something that I thought about and I always want, because I don't want teams to be in the bottom dwellers, or whatever they call it, of the NFL. I want all those teams to raise up and to be better than that, and all 32 teams to truly have a chance. And I don't mean that just as a tagline for week 1, everybody's 0-0, but I mean even into week 10, into week 13 and 16, and obviously week 17, because that would make that more interesting. Every single game will mean something if we have it that way, or if it happens that way. I think a lot of things, though, would have to change, with whether it's rules or whether it's the business of the NFL. Those kind of different rules or thoughts, salary caps and other things, to make it more even for all the teams, to get to the point where I'm talking about being all the teams being that good. Because yes, I know 7-9 isn't great, but still, that is still being good. That is still being, well, for most teams, better than what they've been. So, I mean, I apologize for going on a soliloquy about that, but it's just something I wanted to bring up, and hopefully I eloquated it the way that I would have if I typed it. But anyways, back to the NFL draft. I enjoy the draft every single year. I'm always excited, anticipated doing my mock drafts. This year I actually did three drafts of my mock draft. until I finally had the one that I could say, okay, this is the one I can go with. And then I did my video for it, obviously, and on my podcast, and so on and so forth. Um, but obviously, I'm always reading stuff, whether it's online or on the Sports Illustrated newspaper or magazine. I mean, not newspaper, but ESPN magazines, other magazines, sporting news, and the like. And it's just one of those things where all NFL fans are excited for the NFL draft. It finally comes, and then it seems like it goes by so fast, and then it's over. It's almost like a letdown when it's over because we've been waiting in the adrenaline and waiting for something that has to do with NFL football to happen, which obviously is the NFL draft. Because to me, and maybe to me alone, I don't know if anybody else agrees with me here, but to me, the NFL draft starts the next NFL season. Period. And I don't mean start the NFL season because it's a draft of college players in the NFL. I mean it starts the season. Period. Yes, there's free agency even before the NFL draft that I guess you could say starts and technically does start the next calendar year of NFL, the NFL calendar year. Um, just like I talk about WWE calendar year starting fresh the night after WrestleMania. For the NFL, technically that would start with when free agency starts. But for me personally, it starts when the NFL draft starts. So we have all this adrenaline. We're looking forward to it. We're thinking who should our team pick? What would we do if we were in charge of our own teams, yada yada and stuff like that. That's what mock drafts are for, and not just in general the first round, but then for our whole team. Next year, I might actually do a mock draft of the Green Bay Packers, period, rounds 1 through 7. But then when it finally comes, the first round obviously being fun and interesting, and with trades and all the intrigue there, and then the other rounds as well, and then it ends, and then it's like, okay, so now we gotta wait till September for the games to start that count, obviously. And that's one thing I would change too. I would have 2 preseason games and 18 regular season games, if possible, because then you have two preseason games. You can even start those preseason games earlier, and then you start the regular season a little earlier, because then you can schedule it out so it still ends around the time that it ends now. There in late December or early January, and then still have the scheduling capability to have the Super Bowl when it is like it is now in early February, the first Sunday in February. Maybe if it has to, it might go to the next Sunday in February. It doesn't matter to me personally, as long as obviously they can stretch it out and make it work. Make it work for the players, make it work for the teams, and make it work for the NFL and the fans as well. All for and all heavy utopia to make that work, to have an 18-game regular season schedule and have 2 preseasons. But now we have to wait between the NFL draft and the regular season. And, so even last night I was watching arena football just to watch something with football. So, but then again, like I said, I just wanted to share my thoughts on the NFL draft and about some other things as well. Welcome to leave in the comments what you thought of how your team did, your thoughts on what I said. Leave a like. Welcome to share it. Welcome to share any of my other videos that I have. Obviously, if you're not subscribed, you're welcome to subscribe. I did get a comment in my last video, my latest video, that right now I think has 33 views. I was applying for Sean G Entertainment to be a co-host for his YouTube channel, which in turn would help my YouTube channel. But I got a comment in there about how I need to speak up. But right now, as I'm talking, when I'm talking, I feel like I'm talking loud because it's very quiet where I am in here in the basement area of this house. But when I play it back or play it when it uploads, it sounds very quiet and docile and like no energy at all, but very louder. So I don't know if anybody has like a free microphone or something that I could get that I would clip to my t-shirts or hold up like the Lexman sometimes does. He holds it up to his mouth, so he can, clearest and best way to voice his opinions. Because not only would it be better for the production value of my videos, but also people would understand every word I'm saying. so I can actually get my points across instead of people having to turn the volume way up or something to try to even listen to my videos when you're watching them. So I definitely would look into that. I don't know, since I haven't looked into that in the past, I have to find out where I can find the cheapest but best one. Like I said, I'm looking for a job, part-time job right now, or part-time or full-time job. More importantly, a full-time job would be better. But that's what I'm doing right now. I'm looking for jobs, so I can't get something very expensive. I need something that, like I said, least expensive but the best of quality. So that's kind of like almost like an oxymoron in itself. Because how do you get something that's cheap? That's the best. But that's what I'm looking for. And like I said, to get a microphone, be able to use that. I do my videos here on my device here. So hopefully, if I do have a microphone, it works within the device that I do these videos with the app I have. So so here on my tablet device, hopefully it can improve, because I obviously I want more subscribers, but even more than that, I want anybody that does watch any of my videos, which I do greatly appreciate, to be able to actually hear every word that I'm saying, so I can eloquate my points on no matter what topic I'm talking about the best, and so they hear everything that I'm saying, so they can make their responses by after hearing everything I said and understanding everything I said, and then agreeing or disagreeing on whatever it is. So like I said, if you're not subscribed, you're welcome to subscribe. I think the people that have actually subscribed in the last few days, um, greatly appreciated that like I said, that previous video, the Sean's View entertainment video that should be directly below this one because I did it yesterday. That one's been getting a good feedback, a great feedback actually. Yes, I know it only does have one comment from somebody else or from somebody, um, but still it's growing in views. Actually, it's been growing in views overnight, and that's like I said, that's without using Google Ads and everything. Heck, I don't even know how to do that. And like I said before, I'm not playing dumb like, oh yeah, he really does know how to do it, but he's not. He's trying to not know. I really don't know, and even if I did know, I don't have the money to do that. So, but even so by itself, even that Sean's View entertainment video is has helped me actually for my channel. Like I said, I've gained a couple of subscribers. Not like I've gained 100 or even 20. I think I've gained like 4 to 6. But still, for me, that's something. Slowly crawl, slowly grow. So, anyways, thank you again for anybody that's watching. I might do another videos this week, maybe next week. Try to be more of a thing here on YouTube. Try to do more videos more often. Another way to actually help try to grow subscribers and viewers by doing it more often and staying on YouTube, quote unquote. So that might be coming down the road. They might go back to being on the couch for next week for those episodes. But we'll see. So everybody have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.